high five to your neighbors. Give a high five and a hug right now. Give a high five and a hug. Yes, now you can sit down. So is the energy back? Yes. Okay, good. Let's take a seat then. Settle down. Already feeling hungry? So settle down quickly and we'll move on. So we said since morning, we told you since morning that we, as leaders, we have to keep our what high? Energy high. And the second thing, what we have to keep high? Expectations very, very high. But we also told you that whenever you will have your expectations very high with people, what will happen after that? Conflicts will happen after that. Is that right? Yes. Now, we don't want to leave you after that. We want you to understand how to manage those conflicts as well. So as I promised you, after lunch, what are we discussing? Conflict management. This can be one of the most crucial conversations in the workshop. Believe me. As simple as this word sounds or the statement sounds as conflict management, believe me, it can be very complicated. Do we agree? Yes. Level 10 answers, please? Yes. So keep the energy high. So it can be really complicating, and yet in this conversation now, I've tried to simplify it as much as we can. As much as we can. Okay? So when we talk about conflict management, there are basic two factors of conflict management that you have to understand first. And those two factors are that whenever we get into conflicts, we have to take care of two things. The first thing is known as goals, and the second thing is known as what? Goals is results. What is the second thing you have to take care of in conflicts? Think about it. In people, what do you have? Goals and what? Come on, guys. Between people, what do we have? Relationship. Do we have relationships? Yes or no? Yes. Level 10 answers, please? Yes. Right. So goals and? So write that down. Goals and relationships. Quickly write that down. So goals, and what did we say is the second one? Relationships. Okay. Now, whenever we talk about conflicts, both these factors are very, very important. In fact, without these two factors, it is not possible to resolve conflicts. Most people don't look at it from this perspective. So today, you're going to have really an opportunity to understand conflict management from a very scientific point of view, from a very systematic point of view. And like I said to start with, there are two factors which we have to always consider whenever we're managing conflicts. One is goals. The second is? Let's take a couple of examples in each of these areas. So let's say goals. Today, after finishing the workshop, maybe going home, and you had good food, you had a lot of fun, and probably by the end of the day, you've decided, chalo, I'm going to go home and sleep today, I'm not going to do anything else, I'm not probably even going to have my dinner anymore. So you reach home, but by the time you're reaching home, maybe you're going by rickshaw, okay? And by the time you reach home by rickshaw, you know that because it's your regular travel to home, your rickshaw fare should not be more than 50 rupees. But today the rickshawala says that the tariff today has been 80 rupees, which you know is not possible. Now what is there between you and the rickshawala right now? Conflict. And in this conflict, what is more important? Is the goal more important or the relationship? Obviously goal, unless you have a relationship with the rickshawala, which is rare, right? So because the goal is more important there, accordingly you will deal with the rickshawala. You may shout at him, you will probably ask for his tariff card, you may ask a nearby policeman to come and help you. You may do whatever it needs to, but what you do will depend on what? Will depend on what is important in this conflict, whether it is goal or, in this case, what's important? Goal, right? So that's how we understand goals. Let's take the relationship perspective now. You reach home, and when you reached home, as you had decided that you will not have your dinner, you just go to sleep. Now, you open your door thinking, finally I'm home again. And when you open your door, you see your friends, your relatives, your parents, everybody's well dressed saying, surprise, we're going out for dinner. What is there now? Yes, but right now there is another conflict. In this conflict, what's important? Goal or relationship? Relationship. Accordingly, you will deal with them. You may go, you may not go. That's not the point. The point is how you deal with that conflict will depend on what's important here, goal or relationship. In this case, what's important? Relationship is more important. Are we clear with this? Great. So these are the two factors which we always have to consider, goal and relationship. Now, can somebody tell me how many styles are available in the world to manage conflicts? Okay. Now the good news is there are not many styles. There are just 5 styles all over. And these 5 styles, if you look at it closely, can take care of any conflict in the world. Absolutely any conflict in the world if you really understand what these 5 styles are. Okay? So let's write down these 5 styles one at a time. In fact, what you can probably do is create a box like this with a square in between, with a small plus in between. So you'll have 5 blocks. Do you see this? So make 5 blocks like these, 5 quadrants within that big quadrant. Now, the topmost left first quadrant here is the first one, and we are calling it turtle. Everybody say that loudly. What are we calling it? Turtle. Have you all seen a tortoise, by the way? Yes. What does it do when you're trying and touching it? It goes back inside its shell, right? And that's exactly what turtle behaviors do. Whenever turtles get into a conflict, they believe, say every style has its own belief system, right? You remember values and beliefs? Hello? Yes. So every style has its own belief system, and turtle believes that whenever there is a conflict in the world, it will neither get the goal, it will neither get the relationship, so why to fight? So they rather believe in doing what? Escaping from the conflict away. They will neither look at the goal, they will neither take care of the relationship, they'll just escape out from there. In communication patterns, this is also known as the passive style, where we don't do anything about the conflict. We don't even talk about it. So let us say you come to know that because of certain problems in the team, we are going to be late in the delivery. You know that now. So probably you should come up with a conflict here. Yes or no? Yes. But if it's a passive person, what will the person do? छोड़ यार, बाद में देखते हैं जो होगा सो होगा. And this can be harmful. Yes or no? Yes. But let's get into details of each style later. I'm just going to explain briefly each style right now. So this is the turtle style. Turtle also believes they are more helpless in life. They believe they are victims of life. They believe people don't listen to them. So that is why the best thing they do is they turtle out. They chicken out of the situations. That's the passive behavior. In management language, this is also known as L by L. What's L by L? Lose-lose. Exactly, lose-lose. Now let's take the second style. The second style is known as shark. Shark. Now shark is a behavior. By the way, everybody's seen a movie where a shark was involved. Which movie is that? Jaws. We all remember the movie Jaws, right? And in Jaws, what does shark do all the time? Attack. So sharks are people, like turtles withdraw, sharks attack. Sharks attack. Sharks believe that out of a goal and relationship, always what is more important in life? Goals are more important. In order to win, see, winning is more important to the sharks, right? Because goals are more important to them. So as per goals, they will always try to do what? Attack, overpower, manipulate, intimidate, dominate. So in communication, what would you call this? Like this was passive, what would you call this? That's management language, win-lose, correct? Aggressive. It's called aggressive. It's called aggressive. So sharks are aggressive people. They believe they have to win at any cost, and in order to win, they will do anything that is required. They will intimidate, they will manipulate, whatever they have to. Now, does it mean that relationships are not important to them? It's a second priority. What is the first priority? Goals, win-lose. That is, and they believe, see, their belief system is like this. They believe that in this entire world, it's like a jungle raj, where one person has to win and the other person has to, and who has to win as per them? They themselves. So to win, they'll do anything because losing gives them a sense of weakness. That's what sharks are about, right? Let's go to the third style now. The third style is known as teddy bear. Teddy bear. Have you all seen a teddy bear, by the way? Hello? Yes. Not the one in jungles, the one in Archie's gallery. Yes. How does it look? Cute, very soft, right? So teddy bears are people, think from the outlook. What is important to them? Goal or relationship? Relationships are more important to teddy bears. See, teddy bears believe, see, they also have a belief system, right? They have a belief system that if whenever we have a conflict, one person will definitely get hurt. Who would they rather hurt? Themselves, and never the other person. So what kind of game are they playing? No, not compromising. So in management language, we may call this lose-win. L by W, lose-win. So they will lose, they will let you win in the conflict. And in communication pattern, what would you call this? Submissive, submissive. These are people who are submissive. So these people won't dare to again get into the conflict. Even if they do dare to get into the conflict, they will try to kind of soothen it out. They'll try to soothen it out and they'll let the situation happen. You remember the role plays of BBS? Hello? Yes. Did you observe some teddy bears in that role play? For an example, who was the shark? Let's take this team here. Who was the shark? The client was being the shark there. Yes? And who was being the teddy bear? No. The person who took the requirements. The person who took the requirement